Yo, it's your boy Eli.
Yo, it's Kid.
And it's the E&Kidd podcast. And today we're talking about, what's his name? Steph Curry. You know what just happened last night. Steph Curry just broke the all-time three-point record. We talk about all-time, not when it was giving us he just broke it for when they chose. You start adding stuff up when it's like the playoff. If you add the playoff and the regular season, he's the all-time leader. No. He is now the all-time leader. Ray Allen had to hug Steph begrudgingly, but he still did it because he's now the three-point leader. So now we can officially say that we've been saying this for years. He's already the greatest shooter all time, but now he's officially the greatest shooter all time because he has basically all the records except just like three-point record. No, yeah, like the three-point record in a game.
Like this it's official. He has the most threes. He's in the 40, 50, 90 club, right?
Yes, he got one of those.
He's in the 40, 50, 90 club. I mean, so the only thing that he would be struggling, well, because points doesn't really have much to do with just shooting. Because Ray Allen has more points, but Ray Allen did more things, right?
Yeah,
he was shooting. More of a early in his career, he was more of a dominant scorer, right?
Yeah.
So he would drive the basket more, that kind of thing. He wasn't just shooting threes.
Yeah.
Later on in his career, he focused more on shooting threes, whereas Steph is kind of predominantly been a three-point shooter for most of his career, right?
Well,
he can do more,
but he's more than just a three-point shooter.
But his game is predominantly just shooting. He can go to the basket, but that's not the main focus of his game, right? His game is kind of get loose, get some quick points, try to open.
That's not hope. That hurt his scoring. Hurting his scoring in some of the games he missed.
Well, so I'm just like trying to find ways to cement like legacy in terms of like being the greatest shooter. And so you said 40, 50, 90, all-time three-point list. What about in the playoffs?
Yeah, that too.
I think all-time threes in the playoffs.
I believe so. He's all-time.
What about the average?
Average
percent. Well, he's not done yet.
No, he doesn't have. He's not going to have the high. If you ask for highest percentage and like you talking about highest percentage, like 43%, something like that.
Yeah, like what's his percentage of shooting threes?
Oh, it's like 43%, but he's not going to. He doesn't have the highest just because the highest is somebody who shoots threes but didn't shoot like at the clip.
They don't count though.
They still count. They still count because he's still qualified. If you shot enough threes, you're still qualified. Right? It'd be something like I think Steve Kerr has one of the highest 3-point shooting percentages of all time.
But that doesn't really matter, right? Considering how many he.
But among the people who shoot the most threes, Steph is probably the highest.
And you know the crazy thing about Steph? Hell of a night, like the night he was struggling to get the 16 threes in one night. He only hit 6, but he was still 8 for 19, right?
Yeah.
And for most people, that's a pretty good night for most stars, even any player. But for Steph, that was a bad shooting night. That he shot 8 for 19. But essentially, that was 50%. He was basically 50% from the field, 6 for 17 from 3, but he was 8 for 19
well,
from the field.
Well, 18 19 is like 40-some%. 50%.
It's near 50%. Yeah. So, like, not 9 or 8 for 19. So, 9 would have been around 50%. So, but it wasn't a bad percentage, all things considered. That's a bad night for Steph. That's how used we've become to him just letting it fly. And a lot of times he misses those threes because he's being pressured. Like, not only is he's exerting energy to get away and get like separation, but he's being like double teamed, triple. Like the video you did previously where they were already in a half court set waiting for him, and you had like 3 dudes already trapping him, cutting him off from the half court. That's he has to go through all that and still hit the 3. Yeah, he still does.
Yeah, it was one picture. It was like I think it was last season. Like 4 guys, as soon as he pulled up from half court, they was staring at Steph in his face. That's how deadly he is from 3, and his impact is so great. I mean, when he's on the floor. People are wide open because they're looking for him. They're ready for what other player they're ready for at 40 feet. Like you gotta be ready as soon as he crosses half court. Sometimes even half court, ready to guard him. Because sometimes Dame's not the level of percentage. We could pull up the percentages.
Sometimes Trey's
a high volume shooter.
But sometimes
in terms of efficiency,
sometimes you gotta keep an eye on. I mean, when he gets hot, you gotta keep an eye on.
He can hit threes, but when it comes to percentage, he's not hitting it at the clip of. Let me see. He's like 30-something, 35% from 3, something like that. From
pretty deep. Other than Clay.
I don't want to say Luka. Luka hits deep threes, but it's not high. Yeah, we can't include.
He's not there yet.
We can't include him in that list. He's too young.
He's not there yet.
He's not.
I'm missing somebody. There's another three-point shooter in the league that be killing it. It'll come back to me. I was gonna say Harden because Harden actually is funny. Harden is like number 4 or 5. Yeah, all time
on all-time list. But he just He's not. It's not high efficiency.
Not his game.
It's not high efficiency. So that's why we don't talk about it because he takes so many shots.
His game.
So
is
we don't.
The ball.
We don't.
Get inside.
He's not. It's like why don't we talk about James Harden when it comes to 3-point shooting? It's like, well, he shoots a lot of threes, but it's not high efficiency. He's still on the list though. He is, but it's not. Like, he'll never be on that level because it's not high efficiency. Like Ray and the boys.
If you're for all time.
Yeah, but think about it. We rarely talk about it.
Well, that's because his game. He does so many other things. The passing.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have much to say in defense, but like the passing, getting to the basket, his handles. That's more something that you look at when you think of James Harden.
Well, it's too.
You think of him crossing.
Two is just not
kicking the ball.
If he shot at a higher clip, we talk about him more when it comes to 3-pointers. Because like the other guys, like Ray, it's a high clip of percentage he's shooting threes. Ray, we already said Ray. Reggie Miller, high percentage. Clay, when he gets up there, because Clay's gonna get up there, it's a high. They all shoot like 40%.
He's on
Corver's high. Corver's high. We talked about him. Why? Well, he mainly only shot threes. I mean, that was his game.
Somebody else that was random was on the list. Was it Jason Terry? Vince? It was some.
Jason Kidd's on the list. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know about Jason Terry.
I'm gonna look it up. Like I think it was Vince Carter. Vince Carter, I think. It's in like the top 10 list.
Maybe because Vince Carter played 20 plus.
No, but the crazy thing about Vince Carter, that was not his game.
Yeah, but
that was not his game.
I understand, but when you play for so long, I mean, you could be.
Yeah, but there are guys who played about as long as that.
We ain't talking about bums.
They weren't bums. That this wasn't their game.
I don't know.
Antonio McDyess played as long as anybody could play.
Oh, but he didn't shoot threes.
That was our point. That wasn't his game. But like that wasn't Vince Carter's game evolved.
We'll look through the list another time. It would take too long for you to pull it up.
But I think it was Vince Carter. Like I found it interesting that he was like around the top.
But Vince Carter was a star, man. Vince Carter's a pretty good player.
On the list somewhere.
I'm not surprised Paul Pierce on the list. Jason Kidd's on the list. Jason Terry, I believe, was on the list. Of course, Dirk was somewhere there. But yeah, it's a great accomplishment for Steph to have. And I believe in Steph. It's all said and done. He will have what? He'll be so far with making 3-pointers, nobody will ever be able to touch it. So some records just won't be broken.
We're doing this basically. It's celebratory because we all knew what it was. Yeah. Saying like he's officially the greatest shooter of all time. But that eventually, as the years go by, the conversation is going to have to come, especially if he gets another ring and he gets the MVP that everybody keeps talking about. Is he now officially the greatest point guard of all time?